Hello everybody and welcome back to Alma. So we're just coming on to field 32 where this is going to go in corn, and then we'll have 3 fields of corn all done and ready. We do have the case following us on the drill, not the drill, we're using a planter anyways, on the rolls. So we are going to put them on to follow me. Whilst we prepare for that, let's go on here, steering assist, oh, does it want us to go that way? Okay. Well, we'll go that way. I don't see no harm in that. And whilst that's unfolding, let's go jump into here, because we need to unfold this guy. Better take him off first, and then Control F. There we go. So that's now all done. And once this field's done, I may then look to move on. And I would like to, if we can, get... So this is going to be corn in here. Field 1 is going to be a big field of soybeans, and 8 is going to be our sorghum. If we do get a chance to buy another field, we will do, but that all just depends whether it's feasible or not for us. Steering assist. I can't remember. Did I click steering assist, or did I just... I don't know why that didn't do that for us. But right, because the rolls are there, I think we're going to have to skip a row straight away, or not. Right, let's drop these down and get on to here. This is where I think there could be a oh, that was close. Right, we're going to get this field drilled. I didn't bother going. I know we probably should have done, but if we just role play that it's very soft ground, sort of sandy ground, and we didn't have to go over with the disc harrow.
In this way, in the pursuit of more, we'll find our way. With every chase, in this endless race, in this game we'll play forever in the greedy way. In the hunger of the night we'll soar, our hearts craving for something more. With every evil lead astray, we'll dance forever in through the highs and lows, we crave the rush. In the whispers of temptation, we hush. Bound by desire, we'll never sway. In the realm of excess, we'll stay. With every risk we take, and chances we make, in this path we'll stray, forever in the greedy way. In the hunger of the night, we'll soar.
So I'm slightly concerned we're still getting tram lines here, although we have ploughed them out, so I don't understand why they're gone in 3, gone in 5, unless did I forget to erase them out of here? I don't know. Once I've just finished this bit here, I'll lift it up and spin round. We do need to let the rolls catch up to us, which, to be fair, I didn't take the speed limiter off, so I'm surprised they're still going. So it just shows actually how far ahead you can get without them stopping. So let's just stop here and get onto the precision farming menu, because that will be where, if I've missed it, that'll be where we've gone wrong. Right, so I'm sure I took them all off though. Right, put them to none. Tram lines. Track width. I've never actually really looked at this too much, but that must be to set for your wheels. So when you're using the bigger sprayers that you have in the Plains and Prairies pack, that sort of thing. Right, let's drop this down, and we will complete this, and then the rolls should be done. We'll pull out these tram lines. We'll get rid of them in the next. I know we've ploughed them out this time, but we will get rid of them in the next time we come to drill, because I think there's no point doing it now. You know, if we were to go plough, then have to drill and roll, I'm not doing that. Right, so let's turn that off now, and we can start getting this folded. We'll just wait for the roller man to finish. Just unfortunate they're only going 7 miles an hour. And then we need to go set up a tractor. Why am I going so slowly? Oh, it still hasn't. It takes ages to like fold and unfold this. And then we need to look at getting the alfalfa cut. So I'm probably going to set that onto a worker to cut it and bale it, and then obviously we can lead the silage away as and when we're ready. But let's just wait here, and I'll bring you back once this guy's finished. What's nice is the rolls are taking out my tyre marks for me driving off the field, which you probably shouldn't do that after a freshly drilled field. Just drive straight across where you've been. But right, let's go. Hop into here. But this is working very, very nicely doing it like this, 100%. I will just roll this out, but we need to get rid of the worker first so that we can fold everything up to then re-get the worker. So and then we need to have a look at what field next to go and drill. So right, let's leave him there and get this folding. And whilst that's folding, can we then... Yes. Right, we are going to go now. I think we might as well go and get the big field done, which is soybeans, which we will drill it again. It just works out so much easier and better for us doing it this way. But we'll go drill the soybeans, but we do need to go get our other tractor, which is up at the forestry, bring that down to put that on the mowers. So I'll just leave this here. We really should have ploughed out this top bit. That would have made life, well, not, it won't make life any easier, but it would give us a fair amount more to go at. Right. Let's have a think. If we just leave these here, he's stuck for some reason. Let's jump into... We've got a lot of vehicles. Let's jump into this. We'll get the mowers on, and we'll set this on, I think we'll have to do it on courseplay, but we'll set it on courseplay to cut the alfalfa. And then what I may do is I may just change my mind again. Go and plant the sorghum and then use our other tractor to get the plough on, just to plough in that extra bit of grass. So we're making we're making the most out of the land that we've got. One thing's for certain, when we do move on next month, we are going to have a lot of weeding to do. I haven't actually checked what the pH values are of these fields. They should be alright because we do them every year. I was still reversing then. I can't remember whether we'd done any this year or not. But it's always the case when you're running 2 series. You're just always forgetting what you've done. So let's put them on, and we'll go to the alfalfa field. If I unfold everything... Oh no, I'm best not unfolding, because I think I did that in one of the previous episodes, and then was it only cutting on the back, it didn't lower the front or something, I can't quite remember. But as long as it's swath dropping, then that is the main thing. So for courseplay, press delete. What do we first waypoint? Field work, we want... No, not that one. No, not that one. That one. Headland first, yes please. I'm not a big fan of round corners. I don't really understand them. Don't know if they work properly. Right there. Generate the course. Start job. Right. So this should. Yes. Brilliant. So let's take that off. And why I'm doing the course is because if I was to put this onto a worker, I can copy the course and just do another courseplay thing onto a worker, because you saw how many bales we did in one of the previous episodes. It was just ridiculous. Right, this wants to go, and I want to change this to sorghum. And this can go drill the sorghum. We're going to go jump in the case, and we're going to plough the end of that field up, just to give us a bit more land to go at. Which is annoying, because I did pay £3,000 for the soil sampling when we did the bit on the side, and now we're going to have to redo it again. Which, unless we go rent, if we go rent the Isaria Scout, it will make things a bit cheaper. Right, so let's pull into here. it will go straight onto steering assist, which I don't want. AI worker. Okay, go. Hold on, that's the one I want. No, that's not the one I wanted. If we hop into here, and I did I wash the plough off as well? I thought we were done with it, but obviously not. So this, we'll just dump this here. Let's go get our plough. So shiny. I like it when it's like that. They always look, when you see a plough that hasn't been used for a year, it always looks, I think miserable is the sort of the word I would want to use, but you know what I mean. And then once it's all shiny because you've used it and whatnot, they look so much better. Right, let's unfold this. Which way are you going to go? That way. So, how much ground do we actually want to take in by doing this? And how much of this land do we own? Let's go to... Okay, we own quite a fair bit there. The only thing we've got is our go-to point for the field is there. I don't mind the workers driving through the crop, but I don't want them to be parking in the crop. So let's just go down here and find where it is, which luckily you can see it on the mini-map. So we don't want to be taking in much more than that. We can always move. So there's a lot of ground we could bring into this. If we go like this. So that shows you the course that it's taking. So we can... Oh, I don't know. Let's just go back a bit more. And let's get a nice run up. And we'll use the nodes for now. So, let's drop this here. So we know that the worker definitely won't be driving. It helps if I press create field. Right, let's start again. Y, create field. There we go. So we'll work with the nodes on this side. If we do ever come... Oh, well, they'll be driving in the field there. If we do ever come and buy the field above us, which is huge, by the way, then I'll probably look to delete a load of these nodes and start again somewhere. So if we're lucky, this could be the final pass. No, we're going to just have to go do that little bit there. Yeah, so typical me fashion. I'm talking going one way and then I completely change my mind. So off camera, I'll move the nodes, or I'll have a look at moving the nodes for auto drive so that it's no longer going around the old field boundary. But you think we're taking in a fair amount of land into this field now, which should definitely help us. But right, let's get that last bit. Let's lift up. We should really turn it over. but I don't think it makes any difference really. And it's like if we were to buy that field there, we could take in all that big grass bit, you know, making the most of our land. I know, I think, did I ever comment on Saxlingham from someone saying how I wasn't utilising the grassland as much as possible? So anyways, we're trying to utilise everything here. And what would be a phenomenal goal is this field ahead of us. So field 4, we could, if we were to ever buy that, we could then incorporate all this into one big field. It's that, or we split it and do 2 fields. So all this becomes into field 4, and then this part of field 1, 3 and 2, that all comes together. So that would be a huge field by the end of all that. But right, we need to look at getting this while the plough is turned on. Well, it's not, I don't know how you turn a plough on. Oh, we're still in the ground. Come on. Right, we'll just let that turn, and then we will, once it's done a full rotation, then we'll do it. So we'll try and get it folded up. Because I want to know how, I haven't looked, but how is our roller man getting on? If we, to be fair, we need to flick through onto here, because yet again the wool has all filled up, which I think I've said before, it's the one thing that I wish was bigger, was this trigger. You could get at least sort of 8, if you could get 8 pallets in it, should be right, which is twice the size obviously, but the amount of money that we're leaving on the table because we can't do that, it will soon add up. And especially when we move into next month, we've got a lot of money to be made in the wool. So let's put that down. Oh, let's get all these. If we had the longer tined forklift that is over at the dairy, I think it is, we'll be able to get all these in a wanna. But right, we'll put these around the corner and then I'll gather those 2 up. We're really running out of space around here. I'm going to have to start coming in from other end. And I'm glad we've got the lorry and the trailer, because we won't fit these all on our little truck. 2 more. And we'll put these around the other side, and then we'll have to have a look at the milk churns. Right, those 2 can go there, and they should go to the dairy. But I think if we just store them for a year, and then it will give us plenty to go at, because the dairy seems to go through it like no tomorrow. So let's first, I know these 2 are definitely full because I threw these out of the trigger. So there's 1,000 litres. And here it should now say 2,000 litres. And then what is this one? Yes, that's only 306. So these now want to go into the chiller. I finally learnt how to close a door, so at least it's keeping everything cool in there. Did we do the chickens this episode? I can't quite remember. But anyways, I forgot to close the door again. Oops. Let's go to... Right, well, we can set you on baling. You've done a much better job this time round than last time. So let's go, we'll drop these mowers off and we'll get the baler on. We may have to look to invest in leasing. I'm going to say leasing's probably the better option, but leasing another hoe for next episode. Because once we've got everything in the ground, there's going to be a serious amount to go at. Net wrap. What did we bring back? We brought something back on the... Oh, that was Saxlingham, wasn't it, that we brought something back. Let it bail, and if it needs to refill, we can jump in, because you can just press R, and it sorts it out straight away, which that's brilliant. I didn't know you could actually do that. So we'll turn it on, and we'll just get this bit, because it's always annoyed me seeing this, that it's left that. So that like so, and then again press delete. Because we're doing silage, aren't we? And we are 150s to first waypoint, start. Right, now we want to finally get to here. So we'll get this folded up and I might as well take this off, put this onto the rolls, and then get the worker to roll down here, because I am just going to go over where we've ploughed. I'm going to go over disc harrow up there, and then we can look to get that all drilled. Well, I've never seen that before, where I've had to turn on the actual bale wrapper. Well, I think we know what the sheep are going to be eating now. They're just going to be getting just straight alfalfa. It's that, or we could wrap them, but it seems a bit silly for us to be wrapping them, considering we'd have the all-in-one bale wrapper. But right, we are just going to get on. I'll get this finished, doing this bit of ploughing, which I know we haven't done it in any of the other fields, but I think this could be my thumbnail, field expansions. And this final little bit here, and then this field is now done and we're ready to drill. But before we do that, we need to help that worker out over there, because he seems to be stuck behind, or he's got a bale in front of him. So we need to go help him out. We need to get our other worker back, and the eggs need sorting. Which reminds me that we should look at our animals again. So the chickens, they may have enough feed to get through. I'm hoping to get through. Let's just see if we can go ram this bale out just out the way to keep our worker going. But then he's going to get stuck with the first bale wrap. That was a typical, something that I'm going to say I'm not the only person who will ever do it, is when you set up a course and you say start at first waypoint, when it comes to adjusting anything later on, you always forget to change it to nearest waypoint. Oh, don't be like that. No, that's just being fussy. Let's try and push it a bit further out the way then. Right, that can't be. I was just about to say, will it now roll back into its way? Right, I'm going to go take this off and we'll go jump into the old tractor so we can get the bale loader on. So that there. Let's pull this out and we'll go put this on. Well, considering the planter's here, we might as well go put this straight onto the planter, which I haven't refilled it with liquid fertiliser because we don't need it for soybeans. Also, we spread a lot of slurry on this field as well. So let's flick through 2. Let's have a look. Right, this can now be folded up, and we can bring this back to the yard. And then we want to get into our little forklift, move the eggs, and then we want to just go get the auto load stacker to clear up all these alfalfa bales that annoyingly aren't silage. So my hope is that the wrapped bales shouldn't get in the way, because if you look at these, it's mostly just the alfalfa bales that were done on the headland. Oh, I don't want to get that on a spike. But right, we'll whiz around here, like I've just got that one on my spikes. I'll lift them up and put them like that, so it gives us less chance to do anything there. And we'll go get a full trailer load of these. The worker's going to have a hissy fit with this one, so we might as well get that out of the way. Just preempting the meltdown that we'll get from the worker. So let's move that one. We want to then go move this one over here, which hindsight, as I drove past it, I should have put it straight onto the spikes. So let's drop them down and stab that one. We can move this one just up here for now.
He seems to be missing a bit of alfalfa.
But right, so let's drop that down. Let's put our spikes up in the air like so, and I'll get the remaining few, and we'll put these straight into the sheep's trigger, and then they can just sit there. So it was a 17 bale mistake, not knowing what was happening. But right, let's get these onto here. I don't know how many sheep I actually have, to be fair, because all I can see there is sheep. I can't see any goats. They must be in the building maybe. But let's tip those there, and then we can just drive into them if we ever want to unload. At least we're now saving the hay purely for the cows. So let's get that folding back up. Oh, I was on it there. Now let's go around and get these eggs. So I believe eggs is November, so we just want to be stockpiling these for as long as possible. But let's just see if we can push these. Can you lift 2 in one go like this? No, just one at a time. So let's put that onto there. And then let's go get this one. Lift that one onto there. I know it's completely the wrong thing to do. Stack eggs upon eggs. Right, now we'll get this other one and we'll take these up to the chiller. And then once we've done all that, we can then go jump in the planter. We can get the roller to follow us straight behind, which I'll do that. So I'll have to adjust the speed limit of the roller just so we don't leave them too far behind. And then we can get our even bigger field drilled. One thing I wish I had done is when you look at field sizes and farmland sizes, it gives you 2 measurements. So it gives you the farmland measurement and the field measurement. It would have been interesting to see actually how much land I've added to the field size. Obviously the land size wouldn't change because that's all one, but yeah, would have been interesting to see. Really need to put a shed in here somewhere to store equipment, because we're just sort of abandoning everything everywhere. But that'll be once we get everything sold at the end of this year. That's when we will do that. So let's just make sure I drop this down, put those 2 into there, and to keep everything nice and cool, put that in. Let's find, this is always a problem when you've got too many vehicles. I should have just jumped out and run to it. This one. So if we get that starting on the unfolding process, because obviously we know that takes a while. And I'll pull into the field. Right, steering assist. 2 headlands. Now let's go back to this one. We'll get this unfolding. Control. Oh, hello. Control F. Right, and then once that is unfolded, we should be able to get planting, and then this will be the last field done. By the looks of it, we want to start, or it wants us to start here. So let's get that, drop it down, turn it on, and let's go.
Platinum records gathering dust, slowly dying. 'Cause country's the flavor, the craze of the day. Even Bieber's wearing a 10-gallon hay. All the rhinestone cowboys are riding the charts, cashing it big on breaking all the hearts. From hip-hop to heavy metal, they're all jumping the fence, singing about pickup trucks and a love that makes sense of pretense. Used to be fiddles and steel guitars twang. Now it's synthesizers playing a country-fied clang. Every song's got a beat that'll make your feet tap, while the lyrics are vapid. A commercialized clap. All the rhinestone cowboys are riding the charts, cashing it big on breaking all the hearts. From hip-hop to heavy metal, they're all jumping the fence, singing about pickup trucks and a love that makes sense of pretense. Authenticity's gone, traded for a bigger check. A banjo's just a prop, a marketing deck. But hey, who am I to complain with this catchy tune? Guess I'll just tap my foot till the next bandwagon's in bloom. Oh, the rhinestone cowboys are riding the charts, cashing in big on breaking all the hearts. From hip-hop to heavy metal, they're all jumping.
Well, that is the bulk of the field. Let's just make sure. So we have missed a little bit here, so we've got to get that line and get this little bit, and then I think that'll do. We've done, what do we put down there? Sorghum. So that is now every field drilled, which is perfect. So we just want this little bit. And luckily, because we've got the liquid fertiliser in, it has changed the colour of the ground so we can tell exactly where we've missed. But that's going to be a fair sorghum, soybean field now, which reminds me, let's go check what our soybeans and what our wool is going to give us just after we've finished this little bit. So with that now done, we can turn that off and get it all folding up. It's weird how some of the stones the roller hasn't got rid of, which I don't understand why it's done that. We will just need to hop into here, and we can get rid of that worker so that can now fold. And if we go time saving stock check, we have, well, when we move on, we'll have a load of planks now that says 150,000. So wool, we are 157, and that's going up. So next month we'll sell all that. So we should be about over 160. What's the price? 3,500. Yeah, so we'll be 165,000 there. And then soybeans are July, and there's 117,000 there. So we will be, next month, we'll be making over 300,000 fairly easy. So if we put that on to the case so we can get this back up. That has been a very, very productive episode. All our fields are drilled, and we could possibly look at buying another one. when we get all this money next episode. We do still have some stuff on hire purchase, and we've got the loan as well. But I'm sure we should be able to sort that out. And what I may do is, because we need to address the nodes for auto drive, which if we click here, you'll see they're now going through the middle of the field. We need to, I think, delete all them going over the field and use this track instead. It's the one awkward part about using the auto drive network. You know, it's brilliant that we all have it, but as soon as you start editing fields, it makes it a lot different and a lot more awkward. But what I will say is thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.